A pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. We are the Group 4 with a research study entitled Food from a Child's. We shall begin with the background of the study. Food plays an essential role in people's lives. Aside from the fact that food is essential for survival and well-being, our daily routine revolves around food. Bell 2003 defined food preferences as the evaluative attitudes that people express towards food. Moreover, Stain 2009 stated that the preferences of children as well as adults reflect their exposure to foods at mealtime and snack time and their exposure to food advertising. Scaglione et al. 2018 mentioned that the family environment, general parental influences, family meals, education and socioeconomic status, early feeding practice, obesogenic environment, and media influences are the factors that affect children's eating behavior. Palmer 2012 stated that in 2010, a poll by Harris Interactive surveyed 1,258 US youths aged 8 to 18 years old about how often they ate meat, poultry, seafood, dairy, eggs, and honey. The results showed that 3% of them were vegetarian or vegan. In the Philippines, Filipino children are increasingly suffering from poor diets, inadequate nutrition, and food systems. As a matter of fact, adolescent obesity among Filipinos has almost tripled in the last 15 years as processed food high in salt, fats, and sugar are becoming more accessible, affordable, and favorable. This is stated by the UNICEF 2018. The study of Gonzalez et al. 2016 indicate that inadequate consumption of vegetables was prevalent among the adolescent aged 12 to 16 and 17 to 20 years old. With these aforementioned ideas, the researchers would like to assess the food preference of children aged 8 to 11 years old in a chosen locale of each researchers. Much more, this study will be of great importance to the parents, for it would provide them with additional information, adequate knowledge, and deeper understanding about the food preference and overall nutrition of their children.
So, stating the problem. Generally, this study aims to determine the food preference of children ages 8 to 11 years old. So, specifically, it seeks to answer the following questions. What is the food preference of children ages 8 to 11 years old? Do these children prefer carnivore-based foods over plant-based foods, or vice versa? Or do the children imply lying in terms of their food preference?
Significance of the study. The outcome of the study will be of utmost significance to the following. To the parents, this study will illustrate the perspective on what children prefer in terms of food towards the parents. Moreover, this study can also provide them with additional ideas and information about the general nutrition of their children. To the children, this study will provide insights to other children about food preferences and nutrition. To the researchers, the findings of the study will provide the answers for the problem discussed by the researchers. Additionally, it will also fulfill the researchers' curiousness. Other researchers. This study may also serve as a guide or basis for those who are interested in studying the food preferences of children. Furthermore, it will serve as an additional literature for their future investigation and undergo the study upon the food preference of children. Scope and limitations of the study. The researchers aim to ascertain the food preference of children aged 8 to 11 years old in the chosen locale of each researchers. This study is limited to the children whose age are 8 to 11 years old. Furthermore, the findings of this research are conclusive only to the respondents of the study and cannot be generalized to all children in the world.
Research design. The method used in the research is a quantitative descriptive research design. As stated by Allen, this design is to generate understanding, and to observe occurrences concerning individuals. This study aimed to determine the food preference among children aged 8 to 11 years old. Local of the study. The study was conducted in the local of each of the researchers. The respondents then were observed and interviewed. The study was conducted on December 1 to 4, 2020 at Butuan City, Arakan North Cotabato, Surala South Cotabato, Zamboanga Sibugay, and Iloilo. Respondents of the study. The respondents of the study are the children aged 8 to 11. Each of the researchers chose one child intentionally from their place to participate in the study, wherefore purposive sampling technique was adopted. As stated by Robinson, it is the intentional selection process that involves selecting research subjects rather than starting with a predetermined sampling frame. Moreover, the result of the study cannot be generalized to all the children in each of the local place mentioned above. The result and conclusion of study was only adopted from the children who participated in the study. Research instrument. The study used non-participant observation. The researchers found this observation technique to be more advantageous. Through this, the researchers came to know about the respondents' habits, likes, dislikes, perceptions, and different activities. The rationale for choosing this instrument was that the researchers was seeking the knowledge of food preference of children who participated in the study.
Here is the data gathering instrument. Observation was the main data collection technique for the study. The researchers found observation technique to be more advantageous because this enables the researchers to make it well acquainted with the information they want to get. Now, here are the steps or the procedures of how the data were gathered. First, the researchers prepared two different kinds of food. One is the chicken adobo and the other is veggie adobo. The recipe and style of cooking were the same. Only the ingredients are different, which is chicken and. Second step. Camera was set up to record every movement, words, and behavior of the respondents. Third, after everything was set, the respondent was called and started the procedure. Fourth, the respondents were given freedom to choose which food prepared for them they want to eat. Then, the participants were given an opportunity to taste the food they opted. And fifth is, after the procedure, the researchers collected the data for interpretations. As you can see, the researchers aim to develop and see the food preference of children aged 8 to 11 years old in a chosen local of each researchers. The results were then analyzed to find out the food preference, specifically the vegetables and meat, of each participant in each chosen local. And next, it is also to know if the children who participated in the study imply lying terms of their food preference. At this point, you will be watching a video of how the researchers did the process and also for you to have a clearer understanding about our research.
Remember, kids, don't eat vegetables.
Do you know what we're gonna do today?
No.
You sure?
Just
Okay,
joking.
I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do today. So, I'm gonna give you two different types of food. The other one is meat, and the other one is vegetable. You're gonna choose between the two of them. Afterwards, because you participated, I'll give you a reward. Okay, so let's start.
Okay. So, ang pagkain mo yun, kuya, is adobong manok and adobong sitaw. Kuya, anong mas gusto mo sa dalawa? Pili ka.
Ano gusto mo? Batang. Batang imo ha. Kani? Ano man? Ganahan ka gulay? Sige, kaon na.
Sa duha, asa man yung mga pilion? Kaning utan or kaning manok? Ano, yung mga gid ha? Ano? Pinin nilang manok man yung pipili. Ayan na. Utan dyan.
Chicken or gulay or sitaw? Ano mas gusto mo?
Sa duha yung mong gusto kanon.
This one?
That one. Sige, eat. Enjoy. Ano ka naman yung gipili?
Because it's yummy and healthy.
Healthy?
And it
How
have
about the other one?
nutrition.
Huh?
Nutrition?
Nutrition.
Nutrition?
Nutrition?
Yun ang imo gusto kanon. Isa lang. Pagtapos sa taga, nakaka-reward. Kung makaka. Yeah. Hindi ka gusto sa ano? Hindi. Gusto. Makakain mo. Sige. Healthy. Nga ahaw. Ay. Namukan on. Vitamins.
Kung papilion ka ka, usa yung papilion. Nga naman.
Lamay man siya.
Ang gulay din.
Yaki.
Pamati ni mo, aha may mas healthy.
Kani?
O niya ang karne.
Ganahan man
Healthy
ko.
siya or dili?
Dili.
So nga ang karne man imong gikuan.
Ganahan man ko. Lamay man.
So lami ano pangyad. Sige kaon sa.
Ano mas masarap para sa iyo, Ace? Chicken or gulay? Kahit ano lang, sige pili lang kung anong gusto mo. Gusto mo chicken or sitaw? Sige, turo mo lang. Chicken? Sige. Tulungan kita ha. Gusto mo ng rice, di ba? Anong gusto mo? Drumstick or ito? Ito? Sige. Kain ka ha. Sige, go. Tikman mo. Sarap. Masarap.
Tungod ka na participate man ka na kung hatag sa mga reward. Kani.
Nga. Sama ni? Be.
Igawas. Daw sa kabote.
Kamunggay.
Tumunggay. Foto na ta ka outro, ganahan pa ka sa reward or dili.
So now, may ako nga reward. Ako na siya ako nga reward. Nga? So sa sulod sini, amo na ako nga reward. Sa ako sa ito. Kay Buksi. Kwa ah? O ano? Utan! Utan! Okay, utan. So gusto mo pa na biskan utan, akong i-reward sa imo. Okay lang sa imo. Oo. Kaon mo man Japon.
Ako'y price sa imo. Ano? Dawaton mo lang? Okay lang sa imo? Ano man? Ah, okay. Sige, salamat.
Ako ay reward mo. Iya. Kailangan ka dire. Kailangan dire.
Nag-participate man ka, dyan ako ihatag sa inyo, ha? I-open. I-open. Sige, i-paano. Ang sunod. Para ito siya, nilahan ka sa reward. Nilahan ka sa reward. Sure ba? Anong ganahan man ka? Sa reward. Kay prutas. Ganahan sa kay prutas. Mas ganahan mo ano, saging or apple?
Apple.
Apple yung mas ganahan.
Here's your reward, your token for participating. Token of appreciation. Open it and put it on the table. What's that?
Things that I hate.
Things that you hate?
Always.
You still want that?
No.
No?
Never in my life.
Ngayon, meron akong reward sa iyo. Ang reward ko sa iyo is fruits and vegetables. Sige, tingnan mo. Ngayon, tatanungin kita, gusto mo ba itong fruits or vegetables or hindi? Kung ayaw mo, okay lang. Kung gusto mo, ibibigay ko sa iyo to. Gusto mo or hindi? Gusto mo? Okay. Kakainin mo to mamaya, ha? Paluto mo kay mama mo, okay? Sige. Oh, sa'yo na to. Oh, magbabay ka na sa video. Bye-bye! Thank you!
Results and discussions. Food preference of children aged 8 to 11 years old. Children have different ideas and perceptions. Other children may choose plant-based foods over carnivore-based food, or maybe carnivore-based food over plant-based food. The study shows that 4 children out of 7 prefer to eat plant-based foods, and the remaining 3 children preferred eating carnivore-based foods. The researchers conduct an interview to the children of why they choose carnivore-based foods over the plant-based food. The remaining 3 children prefer carnivore-based foods because, according to them, vegetables don't taste good. They chose adobo manok because it tastes delicious and that increases their appetite to eat more. They don't like the vegetable dish because it seems like it don't have a good taste to build up their appetite. One respondent said that vegetable is yucky compared to the adobo manok. According to their parents, their children are not used to eating vegetables. They may eat vegetables if it is mixed with meat. According to Rabio and Gambaro 2018, some children nowadays prefer not to eat vegetable. Instead, they eat carnivore-based foods for its taste is delicious. The taste and texture of vegetables was recognized as the major reason of rejection in children. Regardless of the health benefits that vegetable has, still vegetable consumption in children remains in low level. The bitter taste of vegetables is one of the reasons why children tend to reject plant-based foods, according to Johnston and Palcic 2011. Carnivore-based foods or plant-based foods. Among the 7 respondents, 4 children prefer to eat plant-based foods, wherein the remaining 3 children chose carnivore-based food, which is adobo manok. The 4 respondents chose to eat plant-based food for they love to eat vegetables, for the food tastes good and because vegetables for them are healthy. According to their opinions, they are being trained by their parents since they were little to eat plant-based foods. According to Laurenti 2020, texture and taste has an important role in children's acceptance and rejection of food. Flavor of food may be beneficial in increasing children's acceptance and liking of vegetables, according to Raggio and Gambajo 2018. Vegetable consumptions of children may rise in high level if creativity and identity of the person who prepares the meal is present there by adding seasoning and flavor on it, by Raggio and Gambaro 2016. Lying in terms of food preferences. The 7 respondents didn't imply lying in terms of food preferences, either plant-based food or carnivore-based food. But out of the 7 children, one of them lied in terms of the reward that is given to them. The researchers prepared a reward for the participation of the children. Each of them had given a reward that contains fruits. After they received the reward, we, the researchers, interviewed their parents if their children liked or lied. Out of 7 respondents, 1 child lied. He just accepted the reward because he is ashamed, and after that, he returned it to the researcher. According to Talwar, Murphy, and Lee 2007, children aged 8 to 11 are prone in lying. Majority of the children told a white lie, and this affection increased with age. Children lie because they are afraid, for maybe the person who approaches them will be disappointed, and also one factor is that they are being influenced by their environment. Most of the children in experimental conditions told white lies, for children are not always straightforward tellers. They may be able to use both verbal and non-verbal display rules and tell white lies in proper situations.
Summary of findings. Children's food preferences may be carnivore-based food or plant-based food. Thus, the researchers looked into the food preferences of children aged 8 to 11 as well as lying in terms of food preferences. For the food preferences of children aged 8 to 11, the researchers found out that 4 out of 7 children chose plant-based food, specifically vegetables. On the other hand, 3 out of 7 children chose carnivore-based food, particularly adobong chicken. The results indicated that children have different perceptions towards the eating habits. Based on the observation of the researcher, children who chose plant-based food were encouraged by their parents to eat vegetables since they were still young. Moreover, they tend to think that vegetables are tasty and nutritious for the health, which is true. On the other hand, researchers observed that those children who chose carnivore-based food seem to have a reason that chicken is very palatable in their taste buds. Unlike vegetables, which can taste bitter, which is sweetening for them, they find chicken as appetizing.
Also, the result of the study shows that children aged 8 to 11
prefers plant-based foods over carnivore-based foods. This implies that from young until 8 to 11 years of age, their parents taught them a habit of eating vegetables. Thus, it became their favorite. When a particular family lives or resides in a mountainside, they are surrounded with many plants or plant-based diet, and as a result, the food set on their table are mostly vegetables. Furthermore, out of 7 children, 1 child lied regarding the reward in which the researcher gave. The child only accepts the reward because he is shy towards the researcher. In addition, the child doesn't actually like the reward given to him, which is fruits. In addition, 6 children accepted the reward with no doubt, neither lie. Considering these results, the following findings presented are conclusive only to the respondents of the study and cannot be generalized to all children throughout the world. Conclusion. The result of this research revealed that children aged 8 to 11 have different preferences on foods, either carnivore-based foods or plant-based foods. 4 out of 7 children choose vegetables, while 3 out of 7 children prefer carnivore-based foods, specifically chicken. 1 child only implies lying in terms of the reward given by the researcher. Let's proceed to recommendation. This study has been done only a short period of time, and the findings of this study are conclusive only to the respondents of the study. Based on the findings and conclusion of the study, the researchers recommended the following actions. To parents, provide their children with foods necessary for their physical growth and mental development. Setting the right meal on the table is the best way to promote healthy lifestyle to your family. To children, make it a habit of eating healthy foods, specifically fruits and vegetables. Find ways to love vegetables and fruits by instilling in mind that those are the best healthy and nutritious foods for the body. To all readers, we must practice eating healthy foods. In that way, we can glorify God, for our body is God's holy temple. To future researchers, gather additional respondents in order to have a more profound data, ameliorate the methodology, and provide a decent amount of food choices for your respondents. They may use this study as a guide to discover more about the food preferences of children. That's all, and thank you.